Hey, I'm Pam. I'm the horticulturist, and I was just doing some plant cleaning and other random shit and figured I was using a lot of things that you should own as a plant owner. So let's see what kind of shit you need to go buy. Okay, so I'm going to divide this into things that you absolutely need to have and things that you're probably going to need at some point, so just keep them in mind. Let's start with the obvious. You're going to need some sort of a watering can, something that's going to let you pour water out a little bit more slowly. Generally, the best way to water a plant is going to be slowly so that it can slowly soak down to the bottom, and then you know that as soon as it starts coming out, you can stop, see what's going, evaluate, see what's going on before you continue. I can be guilty of just pouring out of my jug. I shouldn't do that. I cause craters in my dirt and dumb stuff that I have to fix. Don't be like me, use a watering can. You're gonna struggle at some point knowing if you need to water a plant or not. There's lots of ways to know, but the one guaranteed way is a water meter. I love these things. I have them everywhere. I like a digital because I am impatient, and you can just turn it on, stick it in there. It'll tell you on a scale of 0 to 10 how wet your plant is. They usually come with kind of a guide. If it's something like a succulent, you're gonna wanna use it to get to 0. Then you know that you need to water, and not before that. Moisture meter will save a lot of your plants from being overwatered. And that is, I think, fair to say, the #1 reason plants die, at least in my house. The next thing I am going to say, absolutely go buy right now on Amazon. You can get a giant pack for super cheap. Sticky traps. At some point, you are going to get fungus gnats. You know how sometimes you just get fruit flies randomly after your fruit has gone bad for, 26 seconds? They just show up out of nowhere. That's exactly what happens with plant bugs. They come in on produce, they come in on your clothes, they come in on whatever. They're gonna find a home in your plants. It's gonna be buzzing around. Stick one of these guys in there. It's going to trap all the adults. You peel this incredibly sticky, leave the tape on because it will stick to your fingers, your clothes, everything. Keep it away from your cat's fur. It is a good way to deter a cat because they will have to walk around with it for about a day and a half. But it does stick like a bitch. So, yeah, you're just gonna take the sticky stuff on, put them in there, take the sticky stuff off, and the flies are attracted to the bright yellow, and they go to it and they get stuck, and it's kind of a gruesome thing to watch, so don't, or do if you're into that sort of thing. Fuck those little guys. But yeah, go buy a pack. You will use them. I buy 20 at a time. It's disgusting how fast they fill up. Even when you think you don't have any fruit fly or any gnats, just go buy them. Last, definitely not least, you're gonna want to have some sort of a bug killer. The fungus gnats are gonna be great with the sticky traps, but for everything else, spider mites, things I hate, thrips, scale, anything else, you're gonna need something stronger. Neem oil is a great thing to have on hand. Insecticidal soap, also a great thing to have on hand. I like to go with the actual thing that has chemicals in it and kills them because I don't have time. Anyway, it works. So spray down your plants front and back if you see the very first signs of any sort of insects anywhere. Works great. The sooner you can take care of any sort of insect situation, the better, because they spread pretty quickly. So that's why you want to have this stuff on hand and ready to go. Okay, now I'm moving into my at some point, if you have enough plants that you spend any sort of time caring for them, you're gonna want to have a lot of bottles on hand. I have bottles for everything. This one has water in it, rainwater right now, for when I missed people. Monstera roots, love it, just by the way. This is a neem spray. This one is hydrogen peroxide, which you can use for cleaning roots when you're cleaning. Hydrogen peroxide is great if you're cleaning up root rot. Actually, it will get rid of fungus gnat larvae in the soil if you saturate it with hydrogen peroxide. Just another good thing to have on hand. I dilute this like half water, half hydrogen peroxide. Just nothing. I don't measure. Same with this. This is rubbing alcohol and water. I use this for sanitizing any sort of scissors or anything. If you're going to use scissors for multiple plants, you want to sanitize them in between to avoid any sort of ickiness one has going on. I use them if I don't have time to clean out my pots well between plants. I just spray it down. And if you ever get mealy bugs, which are the grossest bug, you can spray this on them and it disintegrates them, and it's kind of fun to watch. No, you can spray this on a Q-tip. Use a Q-tip is the best thing for those, but if it's in nooks and crannies and you want to make sure you didn't miss anything, I always say spray the whole thing down with rubbing alcohol. I haven't had it hurt any plants. The alcohol part does what it does and evaporates pretty quickly, so it's mostly water that ends up getting at the roots, but even if it hit them, just, you're gonna water your plant and it's gonna knock out most of the bad stuff at some point anyway. Don't worry about it. And last, a squeezy bottle. If you are a person who has given birth, you might know of these magic bottles. We're not going to talk about that. We're just going to enjoy the memory. But I use them for succulents all the time when I need to get in and water things that I don't necessarily want, and I don't want the leaves to get wet and have, you know, water standing on leaves. It's really helpful to be able to get into succulents and really get down into the, like, really be able to, like, get in where I want it to go specifically and shoot it right under the roots. Plus it's always fun to shoot things with water. So, yeah, that is my list. Did I forget anything? Let me know. See you guys.